We've seen the questions about Deshaun Watson. That makes this really interesting as well. 5 NFL teams that could make the playoffs after postseason droughts in 2022. This from Touchdown Wire. And they have the Panthers, Jets, Lions, Colts, and Browns. And they say the Browns have clearly built one of the most stacked rosters in the league and are stacked with talent on both sides of the ball. Is Kevin Stefanski the coach to bring this roster to glory? Remains to be seen, but it would be fool's errand to write this team out of the playoffs at this point. It's also kind of interesting, the questions about Coach Stefanski. I get it. He's right around 500. COVID 1 year and was coach of the year. Then played with a quarterback with a busted-up, non-throwing shoulder. Then signs Watson and has to play with he's played with an unhealthy starting quarterback or a backup quarterback the better part of the last 2 years. When he had his quarterback for an entire season, they made the playoffs and he was coach of the year. I balance that. Now, his in-game stuff, you can question some of that, but the guy can coach.
Yeah, it's a fair question, but this is the first season to actually get to judge him based on what he can do with this quarterback. And, is he going to be able to take the handcuffs off? Because he's had to hold some hands to get this far. I don't want to disparage past quarterbacks, but he's had to kind of guide them down the field. With Watson, I don't think you need to do that. You just need to set him up in advantageous situations. So this is going to be a learning curve for Stefanski as well, because he's never dialed up plays for a quarterback this talented on a regular basis. And those are fair questions, and they'll be answered in time. But that's a pretty level take from Touchdown Wire. I mean, the roster is stacked, and they're gonna find out this year. They're gonna find out if they have the people in place to make this thing go to where it needs to get.
Yeah, my read of Kevin Stefanski is he doesn't have to be the guy. He's not the guy that takes the credit. So I would assume he's looking forward to this. You know what I mean? You've been, if you want to go with the car analogy, you've been driving a Chevy, and now you've been upgraded to a Porsche.
Yeah, they handed you the keys. Just don't wreck it. Let it keep it on the road, and it'll be just fine. And he's not a glory hound, so I don't think he's going to be out there chasing accolades. He just stack W's. That's all he's worried about.
And again, if he is able to kind of just hand the ball to Deshaun Watson, figure out what he does well, this offense could be scary good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If you just look at the supporting cast, I mean, you start at the line, you go to the running back, the receivers, the way they complement their skill sets. They have really athletic tight ends. Everything is in place. It is all about just keeping this thing on the rails and don't shoot yourself in the foot.